Step back into the mystical world of Mexican folklore as we explore the timeless legends of the Nahual, legendary shapeshifters whose stories span from ancient Mesoamerican civilizations through colonial fears and into modern times. This captivating journey reveals how these enigmatic beings symbolize transformation, power, and cultural identity amid societal upheaval and personal struggles. From myth to modern echoes, the Nahual's haunting presence continues to inspire and intrigue. Dive into this fascinating story and uncover the secrets behind one of Mexico's most enduring mystical traditions. In the lush landscapes of ancient Mesoamerica, before the arrival of the Spanish, indigenous peoples revered figures known as Nahuales, sorcerers who could transform into animals like jaguars, owls, and wolves. These men and women were both feared and revered, seen as custodians of cosmic balance and spiritual guides. Their shapeshifting was a sacred act, a conduit to the divine, rooted in spiritual kinship with nature that defined their community's worldview. With the Spanish conquest in the early 16th century, indigenous beliefs faced brutal suppression. Missionaries sought to eradicate pagan practices, branding Nahuales as devilish sorcerers. For many, accusations of shape-shifting and witchcraft sparked terrifying persecutions. Villagers hid their traditions, but whispers persisted. Stories passed underground, layering myth with a suppressed collective trauma that lingered in shadows. In colonial Mexico, especially in regions like Oaxaca and Chiapas, the legend of the Nahual transformed. Fear of sorcery became intertwined with social control, as authorities used accusations to punish marginalized groups, often indigenous healers and shamans. Meanwhile, locals continued to secretly honor their Nahual traditions, believing that these shapeshifters held ancient wisdom that could protect or curse. Words passed in hushed rituals by elders under moonlight. Centuries later, in the 19th and early 20th centuries, as Mexico fought for independence and nationhood, the Nahual myth took on new significance. It became a symbol of indigenous resistance, embodying the power of ancestral spirits against colonial oppression. Tales of Nahuales transforming into wolves or jaguars echoed in restless protests, fueling a quiet rebellion rooted in embracing indigenous identity amidst political upheaval. During the Mexican Revolution, 1910 to 1920, superstitions surged, and stories of Nahuales reached fiery new heights. Soldiers and rurals whispered of shapeshifters haunting battlefields, blending the real with the supernatural. Some believed that Nahuales, bound to the land and their people, could aid rebels or curse enemies, becoming protectors or avengers in the chaos, spiritual guardians woven into the national fabric. In rural Mexican communities of the mid-20th century, the Nahual remained a living myth. Elder villagers recounted encounters, strange howls in the night, glimpses of shadowy figures transforming under the moon. For many, these stories were moral lessons, warnings against greed and betrayal, embodying the idea that nature's spirits could turn monstrous if disrespected or forsaken. As modernization expanded in the late 20th century, the Nahual's image persisted as a symbol of cultural resistance. Artists, writers, and filmmakers reimagined the shapeshifter as an emblem of identity and resilience. The legend evolved, blending tradition with contemporary fears, reflecting societal tensions, environmental destruction, and the loss of indigenous languages and customs that threatened to erase roots embedded in the land. In some regions, belief in Nahuals persisted vividly into the 21st century. People recounted personal experiences, dreams of transformation, encounters with mysterious animals questioning their sanity or faith. These stories underscored a collective longing for connection to the invisible world, symbolizing a deep yearning to preserve ancestral knowledge amid rapid cultural change and displacement. Throughout Mexican folklore, the Nahual's identity became intertwined with modern notions of spiritual sovereignty. Many activists and indigenous leaders invoked the legend to reclaim autonomy, asserting the importance of respecting traditional knowledge in a globalized world. The shapeshifter no longer just frightens, it inspires resistance, embodying resilience against cultural homogenization and marginalization. In recent years, urban legends of Nahuales have adapted into contemporary horror stories, spreading through social media and local narratives. Young people, eager to explore their heritage, share sightings and experiences, blurring lines between myth and reality. These stories serve as a reminder that the Nahual remains a living part of Mexico's subconscious, a guardian of ancestral memory that resists fading into history. Despite the modern skepticism, some communities still perform rituals invoking the Nahual spirit during festivals, seeking protection or guidance. Masks, dances, and chants echo ancient practices, demonstrating that the legend endures as a vital cultural anchor. Each act is an act of defiance, affirming the power of the ancestral spirits to shape their destiny amid uncertainty. Across Mexico, the story of the Nahual echoes in literature and popular culture, films, books, and art, capturing the mystique of transformation and hidden power. These portrayals challenge viewers to confront their fears and beliefs, asking whether the shapeshifter represents a monster, a protector, or a reflection of human duality. The legend becomes a mirror to our own fears and aspirations. Today, debates continue over the cultural significance of the Nahual. Some see it as superstition, others as an essential expression of indigenous identity. In a nation balancing modernity with tradition, the legend persists as a symbol of authenticity and resilience. It invites us to reflect on how ancient beliefs can inform contemporary struggles for recognition, dignity, and spiritual freedom. Ultimately, the Nahual story teaches us that transformation, whether literal or metaphorical, is at the core of human existence. It speaks to the enduring struggle for belonging and self-discovery, reminding us that behind every myth lies a deeply human desire for connection to something greater than ourselves. The shapeshifter lives on, haunting and inspiring in equal measure. As Mexico continues to evolve, the legend of the Nahual remains a powerful reminder. Our roots shape us, even in shadow. In embracing these stories, fears, hopes, and ancestral memories, we find strength to face the future. The Nahual, a creature of myth, becomes a symbol of resilience, embodying the unyielding spirit of a land that turns darkness into stories of hope and identity.